Sounds good. I don't care if we get snow or not. Do you want snow, Jacob?
I would love snow.
You would love.
I own snowmobiles.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you like some photography with some of the beautiful snow scenes that we have here in southern Minnesota. Jacob Schlichter is here. He's a local photographer. You were with us last year, probably a year ago.
Yeah, it's been some time.
How have you been?
Busy.
Yes,
really
that's
busy.
Good. With photography?
Photography, legalization.
Marijuana?
Yep.
Okay.
Fashion. Pulled in some new clients this year, some big brands
great.
out of the cities.
Okay, so for those at home who don't know you, you live in Albert Lea. You grew up in Austin.
Yep.
And do you base many of your businesses out of Albert Lea? How does it work for you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and how did you get in the fashion side of things?
I have a very fashionable family.
Okay.
But I did have one business mentor that really kind of gave me direction. And then from there on out, I kind of just did it all myself.
And things have been going well.
Very well, yeah.
That's great. Well, let's touch on the photography side of things. You've had some success recently. You've been featured in some different places. Where have you been?
We just wrapped up the Arts Elevated gallery at the Rochester Airport.
Okay.
And then we also just wrapped up the Minnesota Zoo's exhibit, Rooted in Nature Inspired by Trees.
Okay.
Which was their first ever art exhibit. So I feel very honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, and how did you get involved with that?
They just put out a call for art. And I think about just under 40 artists are featured in the gallery right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
That is fantastic. So, photography, when did it all begin for you?
Ooh, I'd say senior year in 2014. The photo teacher at Austin High kind of just handed me one of their cameras. Her name's Beshnet, shout out Besh. Yeah, and then from there on out, we kind of just did it very unconventionally. Like, we have an art gallery every year in the high school, and none of my photos made it because they were apparently too dangerous. One of my buddies, you could say we were inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they're like fire bending and stuff. Well, we got a photo of him on fire, and you know what? I got to give Besh that one. That might be a little crazy, a little dangerous.
Sure, yeah, maybe for the school hallways, I don't know.
Yeah.
So you have your big camera here. For folks at home that maybe want to start with photography or they're looking to upgrade their equipment, what do you recommend for folks at home?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Any DSLR will do you.
Okay.
Honestly, the most important thing to worry about is your glass, your lens.
Sure, and those are expensive.
Yeah, but you can get used stuff pretty easily.
Okay.
A lot of older photographers are always looking to help out a younger photographer.
Right.
You know, a lot of them might be retiring and ready to get rid of all their equipment. So that helps a lot.
So why do you feel you need the big equipment and can't just use a cell phone? Cell phones have pretty good cameras now.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But this is 42 megapixels for the sensor. It's a full frame mirrorless, which means you have a lot more to work with in terms of resolution for the raw image.
Okay.
And that sensor too, amazing for low light. As you notice, a lot of my photography work involves astrophotography, the Milky Way, the aurora.
So where was this shot?
Down in southern Minnesota, kind of near Glenville.
It was. When did you shoot this picture?
Last year, about a year from now, actually.
Okay. And how do you know, I mean, what were you seeing with your naked eye? Not this, I imagine.
No. To the naked eye, with the light pollution we have down here, you'll see like white wisp of the Milky Way. I use a star tracking app that really helps me like hone in on the exact location.
Yeah.
But the app can be off, so obviously just use your eyes.
Okay.
But
so Tom, my good friend Tom, just entered the studio, and I both went to Iceland this year. So a big thing in Iceland, of course, is the Northern Lights, and we've been fortunate to see the Northern Lights in Minnesota as well this year. Do you have any advice for folks at home about capturing the Northern Lights?
Having a great camera sensor, honestly.
Okay.
A lot of my shots down here are long exposures, and then if you get more north, where the KP index is stronger and you see the lights more prominently, you won't need to do a long exposure, and you can get more crystal clear shots. That long exposure will kind of blur the colors together.
Okay.
It'll give you a little bit of a different effect, but you can play with that and use that if you want. And one really important thing is the aurora is peaking in 2024 with the geomagnetic activity from the sun that we get. And I think it's about an 11-year cycle, and this would be the year. So if anyone wants to take a trip, now is the time to book some vacations to you know.
Yeah, Iceland or northern Minnesota even.
Northern Minnesota, yeah.
Do you go chasing the Northern Lights at all?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah, it hurts my soul because I live so far away from the north, but my friends and I have been known to like last minute pack everything up and just drive right to Duluth. And
gotta do it.
Yep.
Gotta do it. Anything more that you'd like our viewers at home to know? Anything else you're working on?
There's a lot I'm doing. You can stay up to date on everything by going to my website, jacobthefox.com. Everything's
the Fox,
there.
where did that come from?
Super Smash Bros. I used to main Fox.
Okay.
Now I main Steve. Jacob the Steve doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, Fox is better. Fox is better.
Good to
Perfect.
know.
One more time, mention where they can find you.
JacobTheFox.com.
Okay, perfect. It's as easy as that. We have that linked on our website as well, kttc.com. It was great to see you again.
Yeah, thank you so
Thanks
much for
so
having
much
me
for joining
back.
us, and congrats on this past year and all your success, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, we have much more to come here on Midwest Access, including Tom Overly. Yes, he'll join us.